2024 was a big year on the border. It's December 27th, 2024, and these are your headlines. As we continue looking at some of the big stories from the last year, 2024 had seen the border crisis go from bad to worse. With President-elect Donald Trump set to take office next month, Texans are wondering if he'll follow through with his promises to shut down the border. Now, the year began with the Biden administration prompting federal agents to cut razor wire barricades at Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, resulting in a standoff between the Texas National Guard and U.S. Border Patrol. Though a Supreme Court order ruled that Border Patrol agents had the authority to destroy the wire fences, Attorney General Ken Paxton refused to surrender the park to the federal government. The case progressed through the courts until eventually we had a ruling in late November from the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals that said that Texas has the right to construct fences in Shelby Park. Well, illegal alien crime and property damage still ran rampant throughout the state. The Texas Department of Public Safety has been cracking down on high-speed chases, violent gang activity, as well as human smuggling operations. And Land Commissioner Don Buckingham has offered President Trump over 1,400 acres of land in Starr County along the border for the construction of deportation facilities. Since then, construction of a border wall on that Starr County land has progressed steadily. Approximately 4,500 feet of wall was raised between late November and early December. Election security has been a key issue for many grassroots activists who have seen time and time again elections going unsecure in the Lone Star State. Earlier this year, as the March primary election began to heat up, school officials, including principals and district administrators, started to send emails and encouraged employees to vote for anti-school choice candidates. Well, these incidents led to Attorney General Paxton suing those school districts for using official resources for illegal electioneering purposes. The Republican Party of Texas has announced that its second legislative priority this upcoming session would be to secure Texas elections, adding 10 reforms that Republicans would like to see pass the legislature, such as requiring proof of citizenship to register to vote, requiring counties and the Secretary of State to update voter rolls at least quarterly, and requiring a mandatory photo ID for every election. State Representative Terry Leo Wilson, by the way, proposed a constitutional amendment, she's filed it for this session, that would explicitly grant the Attorney General the authority to prosecute any election law crime, after the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals had ruled that the Texas Constitution only gives district and county attorneys exclusive authority to prosecute criminal cases, including those relating to statewide elections.
Hey folks, Chris Salcedo here. I've got something special for you, the Salcedo Storm podcast. As your friendly, liberty-loving Latino, I bring you a mix of engaging discussions to help us fight for our state and our conservative values. It's the perfect way to stay informed and engaged in what's happening around you. So, what are you waiting for? Don't miss out on the storm of information and entertainment coming your way. The Salcedo Storm podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts.
At the start of the year, casino gambling interests who pushed to legalize destination resorts, aka casinos, gambling, in 2023, well, they had a lot of reason to be optimistic about their possibilities in 2024. And 12 months later, well, their efforts are in shambles. And Texans opposed to gambling are getting informed and organized ahead of the upcoming legislative session. To start the year out, Sands, a major player in the gambling industry, said it would continue to aggressively campaign to bring casinos to Texas, building on the momentum from the previous legislative session. The company spearheaded pro-gambling lobbying efforts, which saw a bill advance to the floor of the Texas House before failing in 2023. As the primary approach, the group needed to protect members who sided with them on that vote and to keep the current House empowered by the current leadership. The company once again made substantial campaign contributions to key Texas politicians. Sands PAC distributed $1.8 million to members of the Texas House. Republicans received $1.34 million. Democrats received about $457,000. Speaker Dade Phelan was given $200,000 by Sands PAC, making him the largest beneficiary of casino money in that pre-primary period. The money didn't matter in the end. Phelan was forced into a runoff, and several of his pro-casino allies were fired by primary voters. And the Texas runoff elections were just as bad for Sands. Even though Phelan managed to escape by a few hundred Democrat votes, In the end, 14 Republicans who had previously voted for Sands-backed legislation either lost their elections or retired. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.